Can something be perfectly legal and still feel profoundly unjust? Most people instinctively believe that if a court applies the law correctly, justice has been achieved. But history and everyday legal practice tell a different story. Law and justice are closely connected, yet they are not the same thing. Understanding the difference is one of the foundations of judicial thinking. Welcome to episode 2 of the Judicial Thinking series. What is law? Law exists to create order. Every society needs rules. Rules tell us what is permitted, what is prohibited, and how conflicts should be resolved. Without law, there would be uncertainty, instability, and ultimately chaos. Legal certainty protects everyone equally. It allows citizens to organize their lives, businesses to operate, governments to function, and courts to resolve disputes according to established procedures. In this sense, law creates the framework within which society can exist, but law alone is not enough. What is justice? Justice asks a different question. Law asks, what does the rule require? Justice asks, what is the right outcome? Human life is far more complex than legislation. Every statute is written in general terms. Every human story is unique. Eventually, every legal system encounters situations that legislators never anticipated. A family dispute, a citizenship problem, a technological innovation, an international conflict involving several legal systems. These exceptional situations expose the limits of general rules. That is where judicial thinking becomes essential. Sometimes the law and justice point in the same direction. Those cases are relatively straightforward, but occasionally they do not. A legal rule may produce an outcome that appears disproportionate, outdated, or disconnected from the reality of the people involved. This does not mean judges should ignore the law. Quite the opposite. Judges must understand why the law exists before deciding how it should be interpreted. The objective is not to replace legal certainty with personal opinion. The objective is to ensure that the law continues to fulfill its purpose. That purpose is justice. Many people imagine judges as individuals who simply apply legal provisions. In reality, judges constantly interpret. They balance competing rights, they analyze facts, they examine context, they reconcile legal principles. If law were nothing more than mathematics, courts would eventually be replaced by algorithms. Yet every modern legal system continues to rely on independent judges. Why? Because justice requires judgment, not merely calculation. Law without justice becomes empty formalism. Justice without law becomes unpredictability. A healthy legal system needs both. Rules provide stability. Justice gives those rules meaning. This relationship is the very heart of judicial thinking. In the next episode, we will travel back more than 2,000 years to examine Aristotle's concept of epieikeia, a philosophical idea that still shapes legal reasoning today and remains remarkably relevant to modern legal systems. If you enjoyed this discussion, subscribe to the channel, share your thoughts in the comments, and follow the Judicial Thinking series as we continue exploring the philosophy of law, comparative law, and the future of justice. Thank you for watching.